Good morning and welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Paul, your host, and if you think I'm outstanding in the middle of a parking lot or field somewhere in the south central area of California, you would be right. I'm at a truck stop and I'm here for a reason. I'm going to talk about that, but the first thing I want to mention is that it's been a while since I've posted actually a long format video. And the last van trip I took was in October, and it's February now. I'm on a trip now to Death Valley from the Bay Area. That drive is about 8 hours, and I prefer not to do it all in one leg. So what I've taken to doing is driving the night before my departure date and getting a few hours out of the way, and then I stop at this truck stop. And what's interesting about this place is that off the main drag, okay, I'm going to show you over here where that truck is coming in. That's the freeway right there, the exit right there, over by the McDonald's and the Carl's Jr. and all that. And then one block over is this empty road. And I think this restaurant here is abandoned. There's a gas station here, which I showed you just a second ago. And don't be fooled about that price. I'll talk about that in a minute. This restaurant here, I think, is abandoned, but there are some other restaurants, so there are places to eat. And then there's this hotel across the street. But on this street, you can see these trucks parked here. And these folks are camping. I pulled in last night. That's my silver van there. And somebody pulled in behind me, which I wasn't even aware of till this morning, and they camped there as well. And nobody will bother you, so it's pretty cool. There's another truck over there, and then there's gas stations over there. Now, the first thing I'm going to do this morning is head towards Starbucks Coffee, and I'm going to talk about why you should never do that. But before I do that, I want to mention that I am near Coalinga, California, off of Interstate 5. And it's relatively cool this morning. It's 55 degrees, or 54, or something like that outside. I didn't use any heat last night when I was sleeping in the van. And I turned on the heat this morning just to warm up a little bit before I head to Starbucks. So we're going to do that now, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of an overview of this place. Keep in mind, if you do camp here, you really need to be self-contained. It's not a place where you can set up a tent. I mean, this lot is open, nobody's around, but I imagine if you try to do something here, you'd get busted. So if you do decide to stay, you can sleep in your car, but just be totally self-contained. Don't spread yourself out and all that. So the destination today is Trona Pinnacles, and I'm going to meet a special friend there. This guy is a celebrity, or at least he was in a day, professional athlete, and we're going to be doing some e-bike riding around Death Valley, around Trona Pinnacles. We're going to visit the Barker Ranch, the Charlie Manson hangout, doing a couple things I've not done before, and I'll have an interesting companion to share all this with. So come along for the ride. The next few videos are going to cover that, and it should be a lot of fun. So let's get started. All right, folks, I'm going to tell you why you should never come to Starbucks. And there's two reasons. Cost and time. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. I used to do it all the time, but nowadays I do it very rarely. And this is one of those occasions where I do it. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, what a cute dog. Hello, buddy. Hello. Oh. What a cute dog. What a friendly, what kind of breed is that?
He's a little Frenchie.
Frenchie? Oh, it's a big Frenchie, right?
I know, he's a big
Yeah. Hi, Frenchie. Oh my God. Yes. You're such a big Frenchie. Oh my God. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, thank you.
Where are you headed?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
You?
Death Valley.
Oh.
Trona Pinnacles first. Do you know that place?
What place?
Trona Pinnacles.
Oh, no. Thank you so much.
It's this weird, it's out toward Death Valley, but it's this weird outcropping of rock that's just a beautiful
Nice.
place.
I'll be in Palm Springs, which is pretty close to you, in a month or so.
Okay, have a good one, man.
Likewise.
Hi, could I get a venti, non-fat, no-whip mocha, please?
Non-fat, no-whip mocha. Right, you want that hot, right?
Actually, extra hot.
Right. What else for you?
That's it.
Did you want a glass of water with your order?
Sure, why not?
And then for here to go.
Oh, for here.
For here, you want it in the middle,
I mean,
right?
it's going to be to go. I'm going to sit here for a minute and then I'm going to go.
Yeah, of course. And then, what was the name for your order?
Paul.
So, $6.25 today. I like your GoPro.
What can I get for you?
Thank you.
Are you like riding a bike, a motorcycle, or is it just for?
No, sometimes I do things where I need to use it like this, but I have,
For you?
I told that guy I'm heading for Death Valley, so I'm going to make some videos and stuff.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right.
Read on the bio. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Are you from the Bay Area?
Yeah, I'm from Berkeley.
Oh, nice.
How about you?
Santa Cruz.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple hours. We're both of us running from the rain, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I do is that's my van out there, the silver one.
Oh, gotcha.
And I actually, because it's a long drive, you know. Where are you coming from? Are you coming from Santa Cruz this morning?
Yeah,
So you got up early,
yeah.
So I drive down here, and you can just park down here and camp.
Oh, gotcha. So you just...
As long as you're self-contained, you know, you can't set up a tent or anything, but makes the drive a little more manageable, you know. So I just drive after traffic. I leave like at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I get down here, and then it's
valet with no hassle.
And then it's 10 o'clock when I get here.
Yeah.
And I just sleep, and then I just get up and come up here and have a coffee and get on my way.
Yeah.
Have a great time. Yeah. All right, I forgot to start my timer, but it was about 7:18, and it's not very crowded, so it shouldn't be that long, but this is time I could be traveling. This is for Paul? Yeah. Thank you. All right, so cheers everyone. Here I am enjoying my Starbucks coffee. And the reason I think it's a waste of time and money is mostly for those of us, including myself, who are at least formerly in the habit of doing this every day. And if you think about the money you spend, the $6 or $5 or $6 every day for the month and then the year and then multiple years, and if you think about what that money would have turned into if you had invested it and just made coffee at home, it's a pretty significant difference. So that's why I'm opposed to it. Now the time on this one, it wasn't bad. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes, but oftentimes I've been into Starbucks where you just sit there and you wait for 20 plus minutes, and it's kind of ridiculous, waste of time and money, and you could just be doing other things with your time, you could be other things with your money. So that's why I'm opposed to it. This is at the west end of town. You can see that sign up there, and I talked about the gas prices, and that sign says $4.39, but you actually are gonna pay over $5. But the only price they show you is the diesel price for this, I think it's some sort of biodiesel or something. So it's just this one place right here where these trucks go because they can run on this biodiesel. And see, this place is full of trucks. This is the only place that's $4.39. Every place else is over $1 cheaper. Now, if you drive down the road 10 miles in either direction to the next gas station, it's going to be $1 cheaper per gallon. So I think they're all in cahoots here. I know you can't see it, but there's a Valero sign there, and that's normally a cheap brand, and that's $5.53 for regular. And then the Chevron back there, we'll look at it in a minute. I'll send up the drone. That's going to be probably in the similar range, $5.50-ish. All right, folks, so we're going to do a little flyover of the exit here. That's Highway 198 crossing I-5, and that's the exit you get off, and you can see the truck stop to the right of the frame, and you see all the businesses there. And if you look carefully, you're going to see that side road, and that's the Motel 6 on the far right, and then just behind that is another hotel with the solar panels on it. And then you can see a couple of trucks parked there in the road. And then you see all the various gas stations. And on the left side, you can see some of the food places. I think there's a Carl's Jr. and a McDonald's and some other places. And this is a closer look of that back street, the hotel with the solar panels on the right. And you can see there's one truck just pulling out. And that big lot there is a place I was standing. And then we're going to cruise over here. And you're going to see this big sign that says $4.39 and tries to mislead you into thinking you're going to get cheap gas. But again, that's the biodiesel price. And so here's the restaurants on the left, more gas stations. And that is the Chevron right there. But you can see there's also a Valero. And there's an Arco. You see the Arco is a little bit cheaper, and that's up past the Starbucks. So if you do get gas here, cruise up to the Arco, and that's going to be your best deal. So here's the big Chevron, and that's the most popular one on the right there. And we're going to cruise down and check out the sign. Okay, there's the Valero sign, which is $5.50-ish. And I think the Chevron's about the same. But this, you can see this is a nice gas station. Of course, they have a quick stop there and a restaurant as well. And then across the street, of course, is the Chevron. And you can see the prices here are also in the $5.50-ish region. And then on the right there, you can see the old tire place. And then we're going to cruise past the Valero. And that where the trucks are is the diesel, the biodiesel area. That's $4.39. But my vehicle won't run. My vehicle is diesel. There I am on the left. But my vehicle is diesel, but it won't run on that. And here's the Starbucks I just went into. And if you look just above the Starbucks, that's the Arco. And you see almost nobody's there. But that's where your cheaper gas is because it's a little bit out of the way. And it's funny how geography plays such an important role. And you can see there's some food there as well in an AM/PM market. Anyway, so that's your look at the truck stop, which is at the junction of Highway 198 and I-5 near Coalinga, California. So let's get on the road and head to Trona Pinnacles. Okay, if you're traveling west out of Bakersfield on Highway 58, a place I consider a must stop is the Tehachapi Train Loop. Now you're going to get off at the town of Keene exit, and that'll bring you up to the lookout, which is about 4 miles up the road. It's a great place to view the trains. Okay folks, right now I'm at the Tehachapi Train Loop viewpoint, and down there, I don't know if you can see it because the wide angle is going to be a little tough, but anyway, the train makes this huge loop around and then keeps going, and it's a way for the train to gain elevation. It was constructed in the 1870s, I think it was, and at the time it was considered an engineering marvel. So we're just going to wait here and wait for the trains. If you look in the distance there, I think you can see the rainbow. We had a big storm yesterday, and today it's just kind of clearing out, so it's a beautiful time to be here. These trains are quite frequent. They come, I think, every 20 to 30 minutes. It's not a steady schedule, so sometimes it might be an hour, sometimes it might be 10 or 20 minutes, but if you come up here and you sit around, you're going to see a train. All right, folks, well, I hope you enjoyed the train loop. That was pretty awesome. I've been here several times, and every time it's just amazing to watch. I really enjoy it. Now it's on toward Mojave, working our way toward Trona Pinnacles. Okay, so here we are driving the 4 miles back to the town of Keene. It's a beautiful drive, especially in this weather. As I said, we're experiencing a clearing storm, and there is some rain still coming down, so it's just beautiful out here today. There's the town of Keene. And then we're going to turn left, go under the freeway, and jump back up onto the Highway 58, and this will take us to the town of Mojave. Mojave's an interesting place. There's an old airplane graveyard, and one of my favorite sights to see there is these mannequins out in front of this adult store, and they're always dressed with these various outfits, and it's always crazy windy out here, so today did not disappoint. All right, folks, so I just passed through the town of Mojave, which is always an interesting place. And it's really blowing. I'm getting battered around in the van here as I'm traveling north on 14 toward Trona. And I just looked up the weather, and the wind in Mojave is at 30 miles an hour with gusts to 46 miles per hour. So, and that's kind of typical, to be honest, on a windy day. I mean, it's not always windy here, but that's pretty normal amount. So this is what it looks like going down the road. See some beautiful clouds over there in the clearing storm. You're always going to see a lot of evidence of railways out in the desert, and it's really quite beautiful to look at. And if you look in the distance on the left there, that's Telescope Peak in Death Valley, which is at over 11,000 feet. And here we are heading toward Trona on the road, and this is the exit where they have the plaques that'll tell you about the Trona Pinnacles right as you get off the road. So even if you don't want to go there, you can check out these plaques and learn a lot about it. But if you want to go to Trona Pinnacles, then you just continue on the road, and it's, I think, 5 miles to get to the Trona Pinnacles. As we travel in the road, we can see the pinnacles in the distance, and they look tiny from here, but believe me, once you get closer, they get to be huge. And here you can see I've arrived at the pinnacles, and there's my van parked there, so this is a great spot. And if you look straight ahead, that's the town of Trona in the distance, so you actually do get good cell reception here, so it's a pretty cool place.
Rana? My battery went out. How you doing, bud?
You made it.
Hi, girl.
Hey, come on. Here.
Oh.
No, you don't. No, that's not for you. That's for Kenny. Kenny can sit there. Yeah, you can sit there. Hi, Nalu. All right, so this is Nalu. Hi, Nalu. Hi, Nalu. There's Kenny. But I was going to have Kenny sit there. You sit there, Kenny.
All right, go over there.
Okay. So you made it.
That was awesome.
After you got lost, I said, dude, he's never going to find me. And then you just drove.
Dude, it was
right
like,
here.
yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah. So, you want a beer, some wine?
I'll do whatever you have, man.
I got both. I'm having wine.
I'll do some wine.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Wine in the box? The good stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Only the good stuff. Nalu.
It means wave.
Nalu.
It means wave.
Does she want to come down on the
the
floor? Or does she like it up there?
No, whatever. She goes wherever.
Yeah.
You can go wherever you want, girl.
I can
Go
have
down.
that.
So when I got my the FedEx came with my Gold Zero refrigerator, then I'm like hopped in ready to go, but I knew I was going to hit some traffic. But right after you text me is when I changed it because you said Pinnacle, so I went and I typed it in when I was driving, and it's some stupid. It just sent me the wrong way. But it was, I mean, lucky I caught it quickly. So I don't think it sent me that far because I would have had to come to 15 to the 58 anyway, right?
Yeah. So you were going up the 15. You wanted to turn on 395, but you went straight on the 15 to Barstow. So you just did a triangle.
So there was an earlier turnoff?
Yeah, on 395.
Okay.
So you missed that one.
Dang it.
And I don't know if your thing told you to do that or not.
Well, because I changed it when I was in Temecula. But the
got-
turnoff was easy to find.
Yeah, that was good.
It just
Did you see the sign?
Oh, the sign was easy to find.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I would have, if I would have been going to the town, I would have saw the sign.
I looked
There's
at
no
it
way.
today, and I was
5
thinking, I
miles.
wonder if he's going to see that. And then I
night.
said, yeah, that's at night.
No, dude, being on the phone. If I weren't on the phone with you, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
One thing I like about this place is you've got really good cell here.
Nice.
And the reason
this
is
is great.
see, look
Cell
there,
tower right
Kenny.
there.
See that?
Yeah.
That's Trona,
Love it.
and that's why you got cell
Yeah.
because it's the line of sight,
Great.
right?
So how long can you stay out here for? 2 weeks at a time, or is it?
Yeah.
No.
whatever.
So what are the laws with BML? Is it 2 weeks at a time? You just got to move,
I
right?
think it's 2 weeks, and you got to move. But like, no, you could.
So like you could live right out here if
Oh,
you
fuck
wanted to.
yeah.
Nice.
Nobody gives a shit. And you got these guys.
Dude,
I don't know if you remember from the 508.
I do.
The town. There's a town called Randsburg, and it's not far from here. It's a little town we went through on the 508.
Is it like an abandoned town almost?
Kind
like?
of, no, but
I
it's
can't remember.
kind of happening,
Huh.
and they do. It's an off-road town. And there's like this.
Yeah, I think I remember it.
And there's this off-road trail that you can go, and you go through Randsburg. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that first day of travel from Coalinga to here at the Trona Pinnacles. Of course, Kenny Souza, my friend, did arrive, and we're going to be doing some things around here and around Ballarat and around Barker Ranch and Death Valley and all that. We're also going to interview Kenny, so that's going to happen at some point, I think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the first day of the video, but it's time for nighty-night now, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for watching.